Hi, this is Clint McLeod with your recap of the New York Yankees so far, their season so far. We're about a little bit more than a month into the season. The Yankees have the second best record in the American League, only behind the red-hot Detroit Tigers. They're top of the American League East by 2 games. So far for Yankee fans, there have been many pleasant surprises, and then there have also been some disappointments as well. First, with the pleasant surprises, everyone knows that Aaron Judge is going to hit extremely well, but hitting above 400, on-base percentage almost 500. He's putting up MVP numbers. If he can stay healthy, yeah, he could look to repeat at that award. But a good problem for the Yankees that they do have to deal with. They have 4 outfielders swinging the bat extremely well right now. Obviously, only 3 positions available. Judge is not going to move out of right field. Cody Bellinger has been rock solid defensively in center field. Most of the season so far, he was batting below 200. He has raised that average to 220 with 20 RBIs. Combine that with his really good defensive glove and is bringing an outstanding impact to the Yankees lineup, a strong left-handed bat. And then in left field, the emergence of Jason Dominguez had 7 RBIs, 3 home runs, the youngest Yankee ever to hit 3 home runs in a game against the Athletics last weekend. And this is what Yankee fans have been waiting for, the Martian to take off. He had a really good start to the majors 2 years ago, that had some injury concerns last year and the year before that. And they're really looking for Dominguez to be their starting left fielder every day. But Trent Grisham has been so much of a surprise for the Yankees. He's hitting around 270 this year. Last year, he was about 198 for the Yankees. Really struggled, a lot of strikeouts. We know Grisham brings power, but the contact has been a huge surprise for the Yankees. And then going into the infield, there are still a lot of questions to remain with Jazz Chisholm Jr. out for the foreseeable future. Who's going to play second base? There's been talk about DJ LeMahieu rejoining the team. You have Paul Goldschmidt at first, coming off of a career worst year. Now he's hitting second best in the American League, only behind Aaron Judge. The Yankees fans have not seen this level of production from a first baseman in several years. Obviously, Anthony Rizzo brought the power from the left side of the plate, but really struggled with some injuries later in his tenure in the Bronx. And then obviously over at third base, people are talking about maybe trying to work out Ben Rice there, who's been their everyday DH. Oswaldo Cabrera is struggling. But what happens when Giancarlo Stanton comes back into the lineup at the end of May? Fans saw what he was able to do last season in the postseason. It's tough to ignore his bat in the lineup. But with the emergence of Ben Rice as potentially the everyday DH going forward, you need to have his bat in the rotation. And then talking about the rotation, the pitching end of things, Max Fried has been a tremendous pickup for the Yankees. Carlos Rodon, after struggling the past 2 years in the Bronx, looks like he has really stepped up in the absence of Garrett Cole. But who is going to be that 5th starter for the Yankees? Marcus Stroman suffered an injury setback. Right now, the Yankees are throwing Ryan Yarbrough out there every 5 days. But who's going to be that? Are they going to call up a young arm when they're off the injured list? Or are you waiting for Gil or Stroman to come back? There's a lot of questions the Yankees need to answer, but right now they're first in the AL East, so fans can be satisfied. But the big thing is, can they compete with some of the teams in the West, particularly the Dodgers? Only time will tell for New York.